Black played. Pawn takes d5. Pause the video to spot white's next move. Knight e7 check. King h8. Black is aiming to play pawn takes e4 and dominate the board. Bishop takes f6 move preferred by white. Bishop takes f6. Knight takes d5. Queen d4. Knight takes f6. Queen takes f6. On b5. White might go for pawn takes a6 and put immense pressure on the opponent. Bishop c8 move preferred by black. Queen takes d3. Bishop d7. White has a decisive advantage. Let's go to the next game. White played. Pawn a4. Pause the video to find out black's response. Queen h6. Black wants to play queen takes h to mate and dominate the board. Rook f2 played by white. White is looking to play rook takes b2 and dominate the board. Rook takes f2 played by black. King takes f2. Queen takes h2 check. King f1. Queen h1 check. King e2. Queen g2 check. King d3. Rook d8 check. King c4. Queen e2 check. King takes c5. Queen takes d1. Queen c7. White is struggling to keep up. Let's go to the next game. White played. Pawn g4. Pause the video to figure out black's next move. Pawn f3. Black might go for queen takes g4 check. King h2. Queen g2 mate and dominate the board. Bishop takes f3 played by white. Rook takes f3. Rook fe1. Queen takes g4 check. King f1. White intends to play rook takes e8 check and increase their advantage significantly. Rook ef8 was chosen by black. Black intends to play queen takes h4. Queen takes g7 check. King takes g7 and establish a winning position. Rook e7 move preferred by white. Rook takes f2 check. Queen takes f2. Rook takes f2 check. King takes f2. Queen takes h4 check. King f3. Queen f6 check. King e2. Queen takes e7 check. King d3. White is outplayed. Let's go to the next game. White just played. Rook e4. Pause the video to spot black's next move. White is aiming to play knight d5 check. Rook takes d5. Bishop takes b2 and establish a winning position. Rook takes d4 was chosen by black. Rook takes d4. Bishop takes c3. Rook a4. Pawn c5. Rook a7 check. King f6. Pawn h4. Bishop d4. Black is preparing to play rook takes f2 and put immense pressure on the opponent. Rook f1 was chosen by white. Bishop takes a2. King h1. King f5. Black wants to play king g4. Rook a4. King takes h4 and secure a stronghold in the game. Rook a4 played by white. Rook d2. King h2. Bishop e6. Pawn f3. Rook takes d3. Rook e1. Black is dominating the board. Let's go to the next game. White made a move. Pawn g3. Pause the video to analyze black's next move. Rook takes e2. Rook takes e2. Bishop takes f3. Bishop f4. White is aiming to play bishop takes d6 and put immense pressure on the opponent. Queen d7 was chosen by black. Black is aiming to play queen takes h3. Queen takes h7 check. King takes h7. Bishop takes c7. Queen h1 mate, and take decisive advantage. Rook e3 played by white. White is planning to play. Rook takes f3. Bishop takes f4. Rook takes f4 and dominate the board. Bishop d5 move preferred by black. Black is setting up to play queen takes h3 and increase their advantage significantly. Bishop takes c7 move preferred by white. Queen takes c7. On c4. White is looking to play pawn takes d5 and gain a significant edge. Bishop e6 move preferred by black. Black is preparing to play bishop takes h3 and gain a significant edge. Queen e2 was chosen by white. Rook d8. Black is preparing to play rook takes d4 and establish a winning position. Rook d1 was chosen by white. Queen b6. On a4. Rook takes d4. Rook takes d4. Queen takes d4. On b3 black is in a commanding position. Let's go to the next game. Black just played. On a6 pause the video and try to predict white's next move. Rook takes e6. Pawn takes e6. Bishop takes d7. Rook fd8. Black might go for rook takes d7 and establish a winning position. Knight e5 played by white. White might go for bishop takes e6 check and gain a significant edge. King f8 was chosen by black. Bishop takes e6. Rook d6. Black is looking to play rook takes e6 and put immense pressure on the opponent. Bishop g4 move preferred by white. On b5. Rook b1. On g6. On a3. King e7. On h4. Rook e8. On f4. Rook f6. On g3. White wants to play rook e1. Rook ff8. Knight takes c4 check and establish a winning position. King d6 move preferred by black. King g2. Rook e7. On h5. Rook g7. On takes g6. On takes g6. Rook h1. King c7. Bishop d1. On the 5. Bishop f3. White considers playing bishop takes d5 and take decisive advantage. Rook d6 played by black. Rook b1. White is planning to play rook takes b5 and establish a winning position. King b6 was chosen by black. On g4. White intends to play. On g5. Rook a7. Bishop d1. On b4. On takes b4. On takes b4. Rook takes b4 check and put immense pressure on the opponent. Rook a7 move preferred by black. On g5. Rook a6. King g3. White might go for knight f7. Rook d7. Knight e5. Rook d6. Bishop d1. On b4. On takes b4 and increase their advantage significantly. On b4 move preferred by black. On takes b4. On a4 black's loss is confirmed. Let's go to the next game. White made a move. Rook d2 pause the video to spot black's next move. Rook takes f3. Queen takes f3. Queen takes d2. Queen takes f4. Queen takes f4. Rook takes f4. Rook c8. Black is aiming to play rook c1 check. Rook f1. Rook takes f1 mate and increase their advantage significantly. On h4 played by white. On b6. Rook a4. White intends to play rook takes a7 and increase their advantage significantly. Rook c7 played by black. King g1. On f6. King f2. King f7. King e3. King g6. Black is planning to play King f5. King d4. Rook d7. Rook a3. King g4. On b4. King takes h4 and gain a significant edge. Rook f4 move preferred by white. King h5. Black intends to play on g5. On takes g5. On takes g5. Rook d4. Rook c3 check. King d2. Rook g3. Rook a4. Rook takes g2 check and secure a stronghold in the game. Rook d4 played by white. Rook e7 check. King f3. Rook d7. On a4. King g6. Black wants to play King f5. King e3. On h5. On g4 check. On takes g4 and establish a winning position. Rook f4 was chosen by white. King f7. Black is preparing to play Rook c7. King e3. Rook c2. Rook f1. King e6. On h5. Rook takes g2 and increase their advantage significantly. On h5 was chosen by white. Rook e7. Rook d4. King e6. On g4. King d6. Rook d3. King c5. Black is preparing to play on d4. King f2. Rook e3. Rook d1. Rook takes b3 and dominate the board. Rook d1 played by white. Rook d7. King e3. On d4 check. King d3. King b4. Black considers playing king takes b3 and take decisive advantage. Rook b1 was chosen by white. On h6. Black's idea is to play King a3. King c2. Rook c7 check. King d3. King a2. Rook e1. King takes b3 and seize the initiative. Rook c1 played by white. King takes b3. Rook c4. Black is dominating the board. Let's go to the next game. White made a move. Rook d1. Pause the video to figure out black's next move. Rook takes c3. On takes c3. Bishop takes f6. On takes e6. On takes e6. On h4. On h5. Black is looking to play bishop takes c3 check and dominate the board. King e2 was chosen by white. Bishop a6 check. King f2. Bishop c8. Black is looking to play bishop takes c3 and increase their advantage significantly. Rook h2 move preferred by white. Bishop e7. Black is setting up to play bishop takes a3 and seize the initiative. Rook g2 move preferred by white. Bishop c5 check. King e2. Rook g8. Rook d2. King b8. Black might go for bishop takes a3 and establish a winning position. King d3 move preferred by white. Bishop d7. Rook g3. Bishop takes a3. King c2. White wants to play rook takes d7 and increase their advantage significantly. King c7 move preferred by black. Rook dg2. Bishop e8. Black considers playing rook f8. Rook takes g6. Bishop takes g6 and secure a stronghold in the game. On f5 played by white. On takes f5. Pawn takes f5. Bishop e7. Pawn takes g6. Bishop d7. Black might go for bishop takes h4 and dominate the board. Rook d2 was chosen by white. Bishop f5 check. King c1. Rook takes g6. Rook g2. Rook takes g2. Rook takes g2. King d6. Black considers playing bishop takes h4 and secure a stronghold in the game. On c4 move preferred by white. On the 5. Rook e2. Bishop takes h4. Rook e8. Black has a decisive advantage. Let's go to the next game. White just played. On g6. Pause the video to find out black's response. Queen takes d4. Queen takes d4. Knight takes c2 check. King d2. White intends to play king takes c2 and establish a winning position. Knight takes d4 move preferred by black. Rook takes d4. Pawn takes g6. Pawn takes g6. Knight c5. Knight a4. Rook f2 check. King a3. Rook f3. Black intends to play knight takes b3 and dominate the board. King takes a2 played by white. Rook takes b3. Rook g5. Rook b8. Black might go for knight takes a4. Rook b4. Rook takes b4. King a3. Rook b1. Rook g4. Knight c3 check. Rook a4. Rook takes a4 mate and secure a stronghold in the game. King a3 played by white. Rook ba8. Black's idea is to play rook takes a4 check. Rook takes a4. Rook takes a4 check and dominate the board. Rook g4 move preferred by white. Rook takes a4 check. Rook takes a4. Rook takes a4 check. Rook takes a4. Knight takes a4. King takes a4. King f8. King d5. King e7. King c5. King d7. King d4. King c6. King e3. King c5. Black wants to play king c4. King d2. On d4. King c1. King d5. King b2. King takes e5 and increase their advantage significantly. King d3 move preferred by white. On d4. King e2. On d3 check. King e3. King c4. Black considers playing king c3. King f2. On d2. King e2. King c2. King f2. On promotes to queen at d1 and put immense pressure on the opponent. King d2 move preferred by white. King d4. King d1. King takes e5. King d2. White's loss is confirmed. Let's go to the next game. Black just played. Bishop f6. Pause the video and try to find white's next move. Rook takes d5. Pawn takes d5. Bishop takes f6. Rook e8. Bishop g5. King g7. King f1. Pawn f6. Black is planning to play pawn takes g5 and take decisive advantage. Bishop e3 played by white. Rook d7. Bishop f3. Rook h8. Rook a1. Rook f8. King e2. Rook h8. King d2. Rook f7. Pawn b3. Pawn g5. Pawn c4. White wants to play pawn takes d5. Pawn takes d5. Bishop takes d5 and seize the initiative. Pawn g4 played by black. Black wants to play pawn takes f3 and secure a stronghold in the game. Bishop g2 move preferred by white. Rook d7. Pawn takes d5. Pawn takes d5. Rook a5. White considers playing rook takes d5 and take decisive advantage. Rook hd8 played by black. Bishop f4. White is setting up to play. Pawn f3. Rook e7. Pawn takes g4. Pawn takes g4. Pawn b5. Rook d8. Bishop takes d5 and secure a stronghold in the game. King g6 played by black. Bishop f1. Rook c8. Bishop d3 check. Pawn f5. Pawn b5. White wants to play pawn takes a6 and take decisive advantage. Pawn takes b5 played by black. Rook takes b5. King f6. Rook c5. White wants to play rook takes c8 and secure a stronghold in the game. Rook f8 was chosen by black. Bishop b5. White might go for bishop takes d7 and establish a winning position. Rook d8 played by black. Bishop g5 check. King e6. Rook c7. White is setting up to play. Rook e7 check. King d6. Rook takes b7 and dominate the board. Pawn f4 move preferred by black. Bishop takes d8. Rook takes d8. Black's loss is confirmed. Let's go to the next game.